Why, aye. How we doing? Welcome to the DEATHRAY chat, question and answer stream. It is Saturday, it's 5 o'clock, and we're hanging out in the dark on a summer's day. And that's fine. Let me know if you're getting this. I think it's working. What we're going to do today, I'm going to answer a few questions which you have answered on the Patreon. Who's this trying to come in here? Sometimes the cats try and get in, but come on then, let's see who we got. It's like Noel's house party. Who have we got? Hello, Ivy. Here comes Ivy. Come on then. We'll see how she gets on if she starts trying to eat stuff. She might have to go outside. Hello, Andy. This is the Reverend Horton Heat. Gretsch going straight into the Supro. Ooh, let's see if you can see that. There she is. It's got tremolo on it and reverb, and that's it. So I'm going straight in, and it's sounding good. This is my shandy. This is my Saturday shandy. So, some of the questions. What did we have? I'm going to have a little look. So, Carol asked, she says, I just bought a new guitar with a Bigsby. Any chance you could talk a bit about Bigsby technique? Yeah, we'll do a bit of that, yeah. I'll come back to that. And JB says, how do you do feedback trying to learn Sunglasses After Dark? Which is something like... Which is kind of a rip-off of a Link Ray tune. Fatback. But that's fine. That's what the Cramps did. They'd take tunes and make them their own. JB wants to know how to get feedback, so we'll look at that as well. I'm also going to mention merch, because that's the thing I've been thinking about. I did a post recently on YouTube asking what you guys wanted to see, if you wanted to see new shirts or something different, some hats, and so there's a few things there. Andy's got a Les Paul copy with P90s. I love a P90. Ivy, you coming up? Come on then. Here she comes. There she is. I don't know if you'll see her. She's just come to hang out. Love P90s. Got one in me white Falcon, which is a bit weird, but I love it. So, Bigsby tricks, or how to use a Bigsby if you've never used one before. So I would start simple. I'm going to turn the tremolo off because that's going to be quite confusing. Let's turn that tremolo off. So let's just get a cleaner sound. Matthew Barr's got a Chicago rum peach sour. That sounds delicious. Che and Jasmine, have you tried a Surfy Bear? No, I sent them an email saying, please, would you send me one for my channel? And he said, I'm not doing that right now, but I might be back in touch because I'm too cheap to buy one. Hopefully they'll get back to me. But yeah, I would love to try a Surfy Bear. This Supro's got quite a nice reverb on it as well. Anyway, that's real spring as well. Where was I? Bigsby's, yeah. So I guess the temptation with them is to like really dive bombing, but it's not really built for that. It's more of a subtle kind of subtle thing. So what would I do as a beginner? Or maybe I'd just find a chord and I'd just gently press it down and up. See if I can get a good angle for you. There we go. There, the side angle. It's getting. I'm really not pushing in much there. And all Bigsbys are different. So I put a reverend spring in this, which means it's a bit more sensitive, I think. So yours might be a little. You might have to push down a bit more to get a similar sound. So yeah, I would just start picking a chord out, just getting used to it, and then once you get used to that, you can start playing around with it. You can here's a fun trick. I did a video on Bigsby tricks, and one of them was the Dwayne Eddy thing. So like, what's it called now? What's the name of the tune? Maybe you guys can name this tune. Why can't I remember the name of that tune? Hideous Colour, how dare you. It's funny, I wouldn't have chosen Orange, but I picked up the guitar and played it and it sounded amazing, so I couldn't deny it. I had to get it, and now I love Orange stuff anyway. So sometimes if you're messing with your Bigsby, you can go out of tune. And that depends on things like how well your guitar's set up, how heavy your strings are. I think this is because I did that sort of quite a heavy dive bomb sort of thing. It wasn't a dive bomb, I wasn't doing a dime bag thing, but yeah, it's not really designed for that sort of thing. Peter Gunn, well done Alex and Matt. So yeah, what I'm doing here, picking that low E string, and then your left hand comes over to where the arm is, and you press it down and you pick, and you want to be going down a semitone, so you have to use your ears a little bit. You don't want to go too far. It's just a semitone. So with this light spring, it's a real light action. So you do one press down, then you release, so you get that bow. And then you hit it twice after that. So that's a fun trick. Another one you can do, that's a little bit more tricky. So like every time you pick a note, you've pressed in the arm. So I've picked out an E9 here. One. I don't know, 7. Some kind of jazzy chord. You can tell I've not been brushing up on my theory recently. Maybe one of you clever guys can tell me what that chord is. And with each of those notes, I'm depressing, and then I pick, and then I release the arm. So I'm coming in at a semitone before each hit. Ooh. So that's fairly tricky. That's more of an advanced one. But more kind of simple. There's something that Poison Ivy from the Cramps sort of does. So like she'll just play a chord, and her hand will be resting on the bar. So you get that boingy bouncy sound. So I try that, and it's quite intuitive because your hand is picking and your wrist kind of naturally just wants to press in that arm anyway, so it's not too difficult. Something else you can do is like, sounds good with some double stops. Oh, hello, what's going on here? Some dodgy electronics. So yeah, you just play something, let it ring out, give it a wobble. Simple as that. Loads of fun. Does Matthew Barr says, does major pentatonic ever come into play much in the rockabilly realm? Yeah, loads. It's dead useful. Like, that's all major. That's all major. Like, or anything that's a bit more of on the country side of things. But yeah, there's loads of major stuff in rockabilly. That little line there, that's 3 notes out of your major scale, your major triads, which is also in your major pentatonic. Yeah, so I'd say it's worth learning your major pentatonics. So like, say for example, there's a little trick as well. So say for example you are playing your A minor pentatonic. Okay, that's good to practice that. Why not learn your A major pentatonic? If you've ever moved on to your second minor pentatonic position, because everyone knows the first one, when you move on to your second position, you start 1, 2, 3, 3 frets up. That shape there is the same as the major position. It's the same shape as the major, but we're playing it in a different point. So if you can remember your second position minor pentatonic, just bring it 1, 2, 3 frets down back to the root, the A, and play that same shape. So 5, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7, 4, 6, 5, 7, 5, 7. There's your major, and you could, for example, practice doing minor and then into major and back and forth. It's good to know them. That's a start. So I would get into that. And then when you start soloing, it makes sense with a backing track and with a bit of practice. 11s on this. Yeah, I think I've got 11s on this. Hello to Oklahoma. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's have a shandy. Hello, Paul. Hello, Will. JP. Bigsby is so much better than the whammy on your Strat. It's all different, isn't it? It's like on a Strat you get a particular, it's a different feel. What amp do you use? I'm using the Supro Amulet 12 right now, just going straight into it. No pedals. It's got reverb on it. It does have tremolo on it, which I'll turn back on in a bit. It doesn't have any slapback on it, so sorry Alex, no slapback today. Major is just finding the root and moving the minor shape. Hopefully what I said made a bit of sense. They share the shapes, but we're not playing the same notes. But that kind of is obvious. So if you wanted to play, another little trick, which is kind of the same idea. If you wanted to play your A minor pentatonic, if you wanted to turn that major but keep the same shape, I think that's what you're talking about, Aaron. You can move it back 1, 2, 3 frets, and it's the same shape, but the notes have changed. Now, it's a bit of a hard thing to understand, but once you start playing with them more, it'll make more sense. But yeah, because minor pentatonic, first position, A, we got 5 8s, 5 7, 5 7, 5 7, 5 8, 5 8, and back down. You could number your fingers and say 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. That might be easier because what we're going to do is just go 1 2 3 frets down, and again you're going to go 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. The important thing is though is context. So like we are playing, you could argue that shape there is just the F sharp minor pentatonic because you've got an F sharp there. And we know that the root is the first note of that shape, but it depends on context. The root is there because, say, your band's playing an A, and your band's still playing an A, but you're moving everything down here. You know what I mean? Maybe. The root is still the 5th fret there. So before, A minor pentatonic, your root is there. Major, we're moving the hand, but the notes are staying in the same spot. So your root is now where your little finger is. So you want to generally start and end there. You don't have to, but it kind of resolves it if you do. If you find those roots, that's really useful. Ooh, went down a bit of a rabbit hole there, but it's really, really useful stuff if you can figure that out. JP, remember when there was no YouTube to share these things? Yeah, we didn't have as much stuff. Definitely not. There was some tabs on the internet and they were generally wrong. So, yeah, we're kind of spoilt now. It's almost like we have too much information, too much to choose from. So it's knowing where to go. Hey, Walter. How do you get the Reverend Hutton heat sound, like amp settings and stuff? So he has a bit of breakup on his amps. You can get that through pedals if you have like a bit of an overdrive, or if you're lucky enough to be able to play your amps loud that they're breaking up. And then he uses a bit of slapback, I think. Amp settings, it depends on the amp and the room. It's really hard with amp settings. Yes, I do. You remember dial-up internet ringtones? I do. Yeah, having to wait for everyone to get off the phone. Aaron Burns. It's confusing because I understand that the minor pentatonic shape is called a G shape. Yeah, and the one below it is called an A shape. So the A and G shape is just like, you could say when you're playing a major pentatonic, it's also spelling out that G. It's like the G shape there. Then you're getting into like triads, and it's funny. It's difficult to describe, but once you dive into like learning the shapes, and the more you do it, the more it makes sense. Yeah, the minor pentatonic shape. Because I think about what the minor arpeggios would be, which, so like if you're playing the root, the minor or major third, and then the fifth, you get these little patterns. So A minor, if I'm playing those three notes, then you start to spell out those chords. And then you could fit the minor pentatonic around that. And then on top of that, if you add a couple more notes, you've got the natural minor, the minor scale. So there's your full minor scale, and then you take out a few. That's 7 notes. You take out a couple of them. You've got the 5 notes of the pentatonic. Pent is Greek for 5. Then, if you want to simplify it even further, you get rid of 2 more notes and you play the minor triads, or the arpeggio. So they're all related, and if you drew a diagram, all those notes would be shared. Those 3 root, minor third and fifth would be like the main notes, and then you add in passing notes. The pentatonic's great because you can pass between those notes quicker than you would the full scale. But then the full scale, you can add a bit more colour and intricacies and stuff. I hope that makes sense. Lee's there from the Mojave. Excellent. Good morning. JP's having some internet issues. Paul, so often when I do what you're on about, I resolve to the minor roots out of habit. Yes. Yeah, if you're using your ears, you will find the root, hopefully. Walter Churchill, I think I'm the only teen in school who likes this music. I am playing a fest at my school in 2 months, and I'm playing Storm the Embassy, Stray Cat Strut, and Psychobilly Freak Out. That's amazing. So first of all, it's amazing that you're into this music and you're also playing it in school, so that is super cool. You're welcome, JP. Indian X2 player. I used to play a bit of classical guitar, and I had a few I had a few lessons. I think that put me in a good starting point. But if I tried it now, it would probably go badly. Oof. I used to be able to play that all the way through, but I don't anymore. So yeah, I was talking about Bigsby. This is great. Gotta have the shandy. What else do we look at here? Another question from JB. How do you do feedback? Trying to learn Sunglasses After Dark. It starts out with a lot of feedback, then fades away. I'm not sure how to do that while playing. It's a good question. Is 9:30 too early for a beer and a tequila shot? Well, it is Saturday, Paul, so I think you do you. You know, start the day as you mean to go on. Treat yourself. So with feedback, right? Let's move over to the amp over here. Okay, you're gonna need a speaker really. I don't think you can do it just by plugging into like an interface or whatever. So you basically just need a bit of volume. So it's probably gonna get a bit noisy. Okay, so some things make it easy as well. If you've got a hollow guitar, that's gonna work better or easier. If you've got like overdrive, that's gonna help. If your guitar if the amp's loud, it's gonna help. So basically it's like quite an obnoxious sound. It's not for when you want to be trying to be quiet. So probably going to annoy someone here, but just turn the volume up. I think I was clipping the clipping the mic there, so let me turn it down a bit. Now I wasn't playing any notes there, I was just holding the body up to the speaker. So you can either like let it ring out a bit, that might help it on its way. So if I like play the strings a bit. So it's really loud. Basically, it's taken a while to warm up. If you're louder, you know, you won't have trouble with that. So that was playing really without any holding down any notes. What you could do is like just go for a note. So if I'm going to slide up to the E. It's funny, I'm trying to be somewhat polite because I'm in a built-up area, but it's not the time really. Basically, if you hold it up to the speaker, it's going to help. Yeah. That's as much as I dare do. It's pretty loud over here. But yeah, get your guitar, hold it to the speaker. That will encourage it. What I was doing as well, I was using the Bigsby there to sort of make that bit, the feedback sort of do some stuff. So there you go. I hope that answers that question. Lord of the Nerds, $10. Very kind. Very kind. Does it work with chambered solid bodies? Yeah, it will, totally. More so with chambered stuff than solid stuff. yeah, I just find that if it's hollow, it's gonna want to feedback. Weirdly though, obviously no guitars are the same. If I did this with the White Falcon, there'd be a different kind of feedback. It's more like a high pitch sort of squealy or thing almost sometimes, and it's not always like that. Sounded nice and warm and big and, you know, juicy. But yeah, I think that's to do with the build. So this has got bracing in it, trestle bracing it's called, whereas the White Falcon just has a tone post. So what that means is this has got more structure to it, whereas if you've got a guitar with less bracing in it, your top's gonna, like, I don't know, I think it's gonna resonate more. Also pickups are gonna behave in different ways as well, so you got all these different things to think about. But yeah, give it a go. Do you know anything about springs for Bigsby? So yeah, I was just saying, I replaced the stock one of these with a Reverend spring, and I wouldn't say it's any better or worse, but it's just different. It's more, it's very sensitive. So now, the other day I was restringing this, which is something I rarely do, but I had a big gig on. I wanted to sound good, and I didn't want any strings to break, so I took all the strings off, and then when you do that, your Bigsby just whoop, flops off, spring comes out. So does a little washer, which I didn't see. So actually there should be a little washer in there, and I guess that's just, it's going to raise it a little bit, might stop it scratching the metal, so I need to put that back in at some point. Excuse me. But by the way, I've not put them online yet, but I'm gonna have some new shirts. These were made 10 years ago, and to go with the 10-year anniversary of our record, we're gonna have these for sale, limited to 50. So they're not up on the site yet, but I will have them maybe tonight or tomorrow. I'll get them in the shop. Small to triple XL, I think we do. So yeah, they came out 10 years ago when we made these, which we've just re-released. In case you've missed me talking about this, let me just show you. Blue vinyl, pretty cool, huh? So those are also available if you like stuff and things. Echo Cat, do you set up your guitars yourself? And changing pickups. Yeah, most of the time I'll do them myself if I can. If it's a big job or I want to get it done properly, I'll take it to my mate Beej, who does guitars in Leeds and Bradford, and he's very good. He'll do things like I don't know, making the frets or leveling the frets, so I don't mess around with stuff like that. But if it's like moving a bridge about or adjusting saddles, if they're adjustable, I'll do that. I'm not going to mess about with nuts. Anything that involves any kind of sawing or shaving, then I'll leave that to a professional. Changing pickups I'll do. I can do some soldering, that's easy. changing a pickup in a Gretsch is quite daunting if it's the hollow ones, because you have to kind of feed everything through the small holes and do some pipe work. It's like some weird kind of surgery. I've done a video on that many years ago when I didn't really know what I was doing. Yeah, but I would say give it a go, and yeah, that's how you learn stuff, isn't it? Washer goes underneath the spring. Yeah, it does. It doesn't go out of the guitar and on the desk. Why is it here? Why have I done that? But so far it's not. Doesn't seem to have done any damage. Jason Senator, I got a Vibramate so you don't have to loop around the Bigsby. I've seen those, yeah, but I don't really mind. People say it's hard changing strings on these, but I don't find it that hard, probably because I've done it many times. But there's a little trick to it. I should make a video on it. When you've got your string with the ball end, just put a little kink in it. So you put a kink in it so that the whole of the ball is, it's kind of like acting like a little, I don't know what you'd call it, the opposite of a hook. And then you just kind of like hook it over. I don't know. I find if you do that, if you put the kink in, hook it over, keep that taut, keep it taut, slide it through there, you're away. You just got to keep it taut. So I guess it's a bit, you got to have good grip, I guess. But yeah, I'll do a video on that. Alex McAllister, I have an old Hartke, I don't know how you pronounce that, Hartke. G15, 15 watts, too loud for my bedroom with the neighbours across the street. 15 watts is really loud. So that amp is 15 watts. I've got it now on 1 watt because it's got an attenuator. It's got 1, 5 and 15. I've got it on 1 and it's still loud. Just because it's a valve amp, it's just loud. Of course, when you want to make feedback, I had to crank it to the 5 and the 15, and then it's just ridiculous. Let me tune up a little bit. Got one of these little snark dudes, and they're actually pretty good because I'm not plugged into any pedals at the minute. So when I'm being lazy, it's good for that. It's gone right out of tune. Don't know why. I don't know if it's really warm here at the minute. But also messing around with Bigsby's. But it shouldn't be going out this much. I think the battery's dying on my tuner, so you're going to have to make do with. Let me see what you guys are saying. Lord of the Nerds, appreciate the Surf and Dead upload. You're welcome, thank you. Nice shirt. I think you were talking about the merch there. Can we take a look at the yellow print, JP? Are you talking about the... you talking about this? That's the back of the record. I think that's what you meant. It's got the track listing on it. Are you British? Yes. What solder? So you guys call it solder? Solder? You know when you fix electronics, you make it hot and you put the solder on it. You guys call it something different, I think. Lord of the Nerds, hard pressed to think why you would switch pickups out. Yeah, if I wouldn't change these ones because they're great. But yeah, people like to change stuff. different sounds. Maybe you want something different up in the top, and you can flip between the two. It's awesome sauce to operate on hollow bodies. Yeah, it did feel like a big boy when I got that done. I was like, oh my god, it works. But there's videos of people doing it, so if I can do it, then you can do it too. Oh, and Jason Senator says, yeah, if you put a capo on the neck, that's a really good idea. So like, if you're putting your string on and you've hooked it over there, I'm sorry, capo. A lot of you guys are American, so I'm going to say capo. And you guess you would hold it over here taut, and then you could get your capo, put it there, hold it on. That would help. If you have, yeah, like you say, a tremble in your left hand, carpal tunnel, happens a lot to us guys. Just getting older as well. It's gonna come to a lot of us. Ricky City Blues. How many Gretsch guitars do you own? Got this guy. I've got a wall hanger way out west acoustic guitar. I've got my rat rod, which I've put tea almonds in. I've got the White Falcon, and I've got a black cat's eye Synchrosonic. I think that's it. I think I've got 5. You could say that's too many. Depends, you know. They all do different things. This is my favorite. Even over the White Falcon. The White Falcon is beautiful. It looks beautiful. This is just solid, and I've had it since 2008, and it's been on tour with me. Yeah, just fits like a glove. Love it. Paul says, is your telly a string through the body design? I'm thinking of modding mine to a string through body. Yeah, it is. Hang on a minute. Let's go and have a look. I've got a feeling that I need to redo the electrics on it though. It wasn't working last time. Don't know why I think it's going to work this time. No. That's a shame. Yeah, that. So I need to do some rewiring on that. This guy's loose. Yeah, the strings go in the back there. That's meant to change the sound a bit. But I've never had another telly, so I don't know. So I visited the HQ of Vintage Guitars, which is they're a UK guitar company, and they're based down the road from me. Now, they've basically said if I want to borrow any guitars to demo for you guys, then that's something I can do. They do a lot of telly style stuff, things that are of, you know, a style of guitars that exists, but they're also coming out with their own things as well. So I might take a few of them and do some videos with them. So let me know if that's something you'd find interesting. I think this used to be a vintage. I've got it tuned to open E, like Congo powers, Kid Congo. Anyway, let's get a guitar that works. I'm also making friends with Dan Electro at the minute. As you might have seen, I played the Spring King. So I might see about getting some more Dan Electro stuff. I've been doing a lot of emailing. I've even been speaking to Gretsch, and basically, if I want to borrow anything to review, we can do that. So if there's something that you want to look at, and that, you know, if they've got a new model out, let me know. I've seen some sparkle jets, electromatics that look quite nice, and some of the higher end stuff as well. So I'm just going back over the chat here. Will, hey Will, do you customize your guitars or play them how they left the factory? A lot of the time I'll keep them as they are. The White Falcon, I stuck a P90 in it, and that's with the rat rod I put some different pickups in it. That's as far as I'll go, really. Oh, I've messed around with different bridges and stuff. So sometimes there's little things you can do to make your guitars even better. Sometimes they don't need it. Sometimes it's just nice to mess around with stuff. Lord of the Nerds, what are the chances of getting a Wanda Jackson Fujiyama, easy for you to say, Fujiyama Mama tutorial? I think that's quite doable. Absolutely, especially as you ask so nicely. No solid body gretches. No, that's what I'd like to try actually. So that's why I wouldn't mind checking out Electromatic. What are they called? Sparkle jets, I think they're called. I just like the sparkly finish. They come with those red top or black top, or I'm not sure actually, because they're always changing their pickups. So this is what we can learn. Jason Senator's learned a lot. Good. Draw fast, die young. Gretches are addictive. They are. Next to Poison Ivy, your channel certainly played a role to get me hooked. That's awesome. None of my guitars are in tune. I bet I bet you can all relate. And the tuner is dying as well. So this is tuned to C standard. This is a baritone. And they're really fun. I think everyone should have a go on a baritone. It's just a different sound. Whoops. Hey, come and watch a guy tune a guitar on YouTube. Right. Hey, it's close enough. I like tremolo with my baritones, so let's get that back going on. Turn the depth up. There we go. Ah, I love it. That's on the 1 watt setting, so I think if you turn the wattage up, we get more of a bass sound. So I'll go up to 15. Yeah. Love all that. There we go. I have a Telecaster knockoff. I put the TV Jones single coils in there. Great. Ah, yeah, I've seen that they do single coils as well. JP, my telly has the same problem where the jack keeps going loose. See, tellies, man. Stick with your Gretches and you'll be fine. My bro played one with that colour. Alice Cooper show. Lord of the Nerds, thank you so much. You've been very generous with your super chats. Thank you. I'll be able to get another couple of cans after this. Alice said the telly looked like a 50s car. Not wrong. Nice one, Alice. See if they have a telly with TV Jones single coils. So, Lord of the Nerds, if that is your real name, they do have... I'm not sure if it's a telly. It looks like maybe a Jaguar kind of shape. I'm just seeing if I've got... Bear with me, because they gave me a catalogue to look at. One sec. Vintage Revo, right? Here we go. Retro vintage originals. They got some really interesting looking stuff. Like, that's just... But what caught my eye, and which I think might be interesting for you guys. Here it is. Surfmaster Slimline Twin, it's called. But it looks... It's an offset body, but it's got what look like those Filtertron pickups. So I'm kind of intrigued. It's got an F-hole on it as well. So I don't know if you can see that. Obviously, I'm tempted to try one of these. So maybe I'll send my friends at Vintage a little email. They've also got some, like, I always get mixed up between Jazzmaster or Jaguar. It's that kind of thing. But they got sort of P90, Surfmaster 90 it's called. And the guy who makes the pickups is called Alan Entwistle, and he's quite a renowned guitar builder. But yeah, they're known for doing like budget guitars, but I think it might be interesting. Do like 12 strings. Yeah, they do all sorts. So, here we go. These look a bit like tellies, but again have the Filtertrons there, midline that's called. So there's your telly with TV Jones. Oh, they're not single coils, but yeah, they have this crazy one, Custom Supreme. And then you're starting to get like pretty wild with the shapes and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what you think about that, because basically I want to do things that are interesting to people who follow this channel. But I think that'll be interesting. Alex wants more Dan Electro. That can be arranged. I'd like to get a Dan Electro bass guitar for my recording. I've got the Fender, which is real good, but I'd like something short scale with flat wounds. I think that'll suit the style of stuff I do real nice. Matt Barr, would be cool video or live stream doing the same riffs on different guitars to showcase the differences. Yeah, if I was more organized, I would do that sort of thing. Red Sparkle Jet with TV Jones that eats Les Pauls for breakfast. Nice. Lord of the Nerds says, I want to see you compare the neck feel of a Setzer versus your Revenant and Heat. Hearing some of the solid bodies would be a treat too. Yeah, I guess they're still doing the Brian Setzer stuff. I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm going on the Gretsch website now. Let's have a look. In fact, can we share this? By the way, thanks for that tip there, Lord of the Nerds. Let's see if we can go on my browser. Bear with me. There we go. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Right. Let's look at the website together. Right, Sparklejet, this is what I want to look at. Also, my my other half is a photographer, and she specialises in sparkly things. So I think we could make some nice photographs with that. Let's see what we got. So what I find interesting is going on to the new stuff. Hang on, let's see. Where's the news? It's not going to be in news, is it? Hey, come and watch a guy on the internet looking at a website. The Martin Gore signature would be interesting to try. Family, penguins, professional. I went past it. No, I'm already signed up. Artist signature, that's what I wanted to see. See, can we still get a Brian Setzer? So we've got Nick 13, Billy Duffy, Martin Gore, Jack Antonoff. That's a very interesting looking one, that. Mini Falcon almost. No, it's not a Falcon. Chris Rocker. John Gawley, Nigel Hendorf. I don't know these guys, but that's cool. I'm not down with the kids. Malcolm Young, that'd be cool. Richard Fortius. There's his Setzer. So they got the, I don't know if they still do like the hot rods. I think I'm upsetting my stream by being on another page. It might be going a bit slow. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we've got the hot rods. Okay. So yeah, we can try out all that stuff. That Steve Wariner one looks really interesting. So yeah, basically, I'm going to see how it goes. See what we can do. And yeah, try and get some cool guitars to look at. I want to keep doing the lessons though, of course, because that's, I don't know, I find that quite rewarding. Penguins are supposed to be the money solid body gretsch. Yeah, I might have tried one actually. Oh, nice one. You got a lot of value from the channel. Appreciate it. Matthew Barr, you guys need electro socket jacks for your tellies. I'll look into that because it seems to be a thing, doesn't it? Let me see, where have we gone? Dick Dale, Junior Brown, Arch incoming. Gretsch make short scale basses. Yeah, we could try one of those. I really like the single coil lipstick pickups. I want to try one of them on the Dan Electros. The bass player in my band, Adam, he uses a Gretsch bass when he's not playing double bass. Yeah, Jaguar type guitar would make sense for spooky surf. Yeah, it would. Even my cheapo Squire makes the spring reverb shine. Try it. Yes, sir. Dan Electro Longhorn bass would be cool. They also do a Longhorn baritone. Lord of the Nerds spends way too much time on the Gretsch website. I kind of don't as much as I used to, because I kind of just had to stop. But yeah, there's so many nice things there. The silver one, the guy from X used to play one. Billy Zoom, I think he had like a proper, yeah, he would have had like a top of the line ones, whereas these Electromatics are kind of just a bit more budget. Sparkle Jet, that's what he had. Dan Electric Longhorn 2. Gear Addiction, yeah, not good. Setzers are the only Gretches with conical necks. Huh. I have tried a hot rod, and it did feel different to the Reverend Horton Heat. So my Reverend Horton Heat is just like, the neck on it is, I've never felt anything like it before on a Gretsch. It's almost like almost a V. Don't know how to describe it. It's almost like, so Ivy, my cat, is just chosen to sleep here, and I went to get the mouse, and I just like went on her head. You having a nice time there? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're coming up to an hour now, and I think I've had a lovely time. I think I've answered all the questions I was going to talk about, and then went down a couple of rabbit holes. Whoops. So I might call it there, guys. So thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you, Lord of the Nerds, for the tips. And you requested a tune, didn't you? Wanda Jackson for Fujiyama Mama. I'll take a look at that. I'm going to write it down now so don't forget. Fujiyama. Don't know how to spell it, but luckily you don't need to know how to spell anymore, do you? Just type it in. Right. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it. Thanks for hanging out. I'll hopefully see you next week. It might be Sunday. I'll get back to you. But have a great weekend, and I'll see you all later.